Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Red Flora Tarot. I am doing a reading today for the beginning of June. How are you, Scorpio? How's it going with you today? It's been an interesting May. Love the transition between winter into spring. Know that the energies have been quite leading us in new directions, right? A lot of things have changed, maybe slowly, maybe quickly, depending on who and what is going on in your life. My personal take on this is that it has been significant changes, not coming quite as fast as I would like them. But let's focus on you, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with you. I'm going to shuffle these cards one more time. And let's see what's going on with you, or what's going to be going on with you in your energy field coming up in June. Now, this is a time is fluid kind of reading, so it may happen, soon or late. Also, I would love it if you'd like, share, and subscribe. I have that little rose there in the corner. You can just hit for subscribing. Also, hit that bell. That way you always get notifications when I do something. And I'd love to be able to reach out to you on a regular basis. That would be great for me as well. Just so I know that you're getting something out of my readings. That means the world to me. All right, Scorpio, we're doing a quick cut here. All right. Interesting. That's a heck of a way to start the reading, isn't it? Seven of Swords in reverse. Queen of Wands. Death in the reverse. So already what I'm seeing here is something that you find important or significant isn't really moving along. What was I just saying about the movement of things? Yeah. The Queen of Wands seems to be holding fort for you right now, whether that's you and your inner being and you're staying grounded and firm in this. But that Seven of Swords is such an interesting card, because if you notice in the background, there seems to be a crowd of people here, sort of doing whatever it is they do. There's tents over here. And this guy's almost like, he's taken the ability of this encampment. He's taking their swords away, sneaking off with them. So, in other words, he's either preventing someone from winning the battle, or he's making it possible for someone to win the battle. That makes sense? And upside down, seven being very indicative of victory. Yes. So I'm reading this presently as that has yet to happen, or is not presently happening. In other words, everybody's up in arms still, and the guard is up and being watched carefully, whether it's your guard or the person that you may have in the back of your mind, or the situation in which you're in is still very guarded. And death being, more indicative of, the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things has now died. In the reverse, it's back to everybody's still guarded and still not communicating or not sharing or feeling like a battle may yet ensue. Now, a battle doesn't mean, an actual fight necessarily. It could very well mean that you're just not ready to talk, or the situation in which, you and your person is not ready or willing to communicate about this yet. The Queen of Wands in those in this particular scenario says to me that's because there's perhaps there's some concerns with it throwing you out of balance. She is so grounded in her throne. She knows what she wants. She has a very distinctive and yet fair way of dealing with things. And perhaps whether it's you being this fair, grounded person, or the other entity, whether it's another person or a work situation or a friendship situation, someone is still guarded and someone is looking kind of the other way, kind of remaining in their place, in their stand, in their disposition of the situation. So let's go on here. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, I like this. We've got the Two of Wands. I love this because it's sort of indicating that perhaps this moment will pass. We just need some time to consider it. It may be out there in the water. He's waiting for his ships to come in. He's got the world in his hand or her hand, and he knows where he stands or she stands. Okay. They got the Nine of Wands. Interesting. We've got some serious wandage going on here. And the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what this is saying to me is that as much as you or this other entity, person, place, thing is looking for this to end, but very much feeling grounded about it, you also are a bit guarded, or they also are a bit guarded. And it's going to take a while. Ten of Cups in reverse. It's going to take a while to get to this happy place if somebody doesn't let go. If somebody doesn't just say, you know what, I don't care if I win or lose. That's not what it's about for me. It's about getting past this weird energy that is not, that's got you both feeling exhausted. Yeah, you won the war, or you won the battle. Maybe you didn't win the war. Maybe you won the battle. You really want to get to this place where you're done with this stubborn energy and move on. It seems to be quite out in the distance for the situation, and it probably will remain so until somebody changes their mind, because this is a great card. This is the happy family, the happy workplace, the all things. It's a rainbow of love and wonderfulness. They're playing and they're just super happy. But in the reverse, it's saying, you could be happy. You could have that wonderful place to go internally, but you got to let go of something. Something has to give. Let's clarify this a little bit with some Law of Attraction oracle cards by Abraham Hicks. I really like these cards because it kind of gives us a nice little message and sort of brings this reading together a little bit. So Scorpio, whatever it is, like I said, this is only, a few weeks, depending on, the energy around you and your situation, circumstance. You very well could move out of this energy. It's pretty clear that it could be a really wonderful thing for both of you, or for all of you, if we could just step outside of that weird energy that's holding on to, or that's creating some resistance for you, because all of these wands speak to choices and wonderfully grounded energies. Wands to me always indicate some level of communication. So there's not been the kind of communication, or any communication, frankly, Maybe, one of you or all of you or someone amidst this situation needs to communicate and not worry about winning the war, not worry about, you know, this fear of losing. Yeah, you look at all you've done and accomplished, and you're still standing there, or this person is, or the other side of the circumstance is sitting there going, okay, what's next? Are you going to hit, what are you going to throw at me next, if anything? Okay, so, all right, that's fun. What I just say, worrying about anything. Worrying about illness can create more illness. So in this particular case, it's very clear, isn't it, right? The more you concern about holding your guns, the less likely this is going to be to clear up. Let's see what it says. When you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. The more vivid the details, the more likely you are to attract it into your experience. And so, any negative emotion you feel while observing something is your indication that you are negatively attracting. All right. I love this card. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And I agree wholeheartedly. With that said, I also think it's important to remind ourselves that, you got a good 30 seconds before when you have that negative thought, feeling, emotion, that you can change it immediately. You can immediately get out of that energy and move on. So that 30 seconds or whatever of that negative thought or emotion isn't going to necessarily change the flow of positive thinking, as long as you're able to shift gears as quickly as possible. And that's important to remember, because I think we tend to beat ourselves up, which lends itself to this stuck energy or this standoff kind of feeling, so that you can get to this happy, wish fulfilled place. Because whatever it is, it just thinking about this and watching this and looking at this, you really do want this to come to fruition. You're looking at it, and maybe you're far away from this situation. Maybe this person or place or thing is at a distance from you, and so it's kind of lent itself to this sort of like, I really don't know how to change it. Again, I come back to communication. And rather than worrying, creating more of an issue for yourself, try reaching out. Try communicating. You can start small, right? It's not unusual to start small. I'm actually going to pull one more card for you, because I really think that the concern here for a lot of people will be, I don't really know what to do. So I'm going to pull one from the Ascended Masters by Dorian Virtue, just to see who you might call on to help you work through this situation, to maybe, garner some strength. Sometimes it's Archangel Michael, maybe it's Jesus, maybe it's Vishnu, or whatever. I mean, that is unique unto yourself. So let's see what we get. Moses. Okay, you're gonna part some waters, my friend. Apparently this is a bit at a distance to you. It's not something you can just immediately go, next door and handle, because Moses went to great lengths for this situation. Take charge of it. In other words, you may not want, you may be the reluctant hero or the reluctant first move kind of person, maybe because it's not the most comfortable thing for you to do. But I get Moses, and Moses was, as much as he was reluctant, he also realized that he was being called. So perhaps you are being called, and Moses would be an excellent guide, would he not? He led them across many lands and through significant things. In this case, through a very large body of water. He parted the waters. So I think that perhaps you, Scorpio, if anybody, could part some waters, and maybe you need to take charge and communicate, reach out. You want to go to this happy pace, right? So, Scorpio, I think it's just a matter of you making that decision. And I know you will. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you soon, okay?